This video is presented by the EA Game Changers program. Thank you so much to EA for providing me with an early access copy. Hey everyone, it's Plumioux here and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. This time we are going to take a look at the world that came with the 7th game pack in The Sims 4 Strangerville. So as you can see here, this is the brand new icon and we've got sort of a mystery machine rolling up here. So I am super excited to share this world with you. It is another desert world and it is absolutely beautiful. So let's jump right into it. So this is Strangerville, and just take it in, you guys. It is absolutely stunning. Look at all the red rocks that we've got going on. It definitely gives me those Sims 2 Strangetown vibes, a little bit of Area 51 going on, and the whole world is shrouded in mystery. So what I want to do for this world overview is meet some of the townies that inhabit the world and visit some of the areas that you're going to find in this world. So before we jump into that, I'm just going to pop on screen right now a picture so you can see the different lot sizes. We have 11 different lots that we can build on, and up here in the top right corner we have got the secret lab, which is a 64 by 64 lot. So let's start up here in the top right hand corner with Shady Acres. Pristine, secluded, and nestled high atop a plateau, Shady Acres is home to the more wealthy locals of Strangerville. Curious how some of them came into their wealth. So up here we have got 5 new lots in which we can build on. 2 of them are just empty lots for you to just go straight into. We have an uninhabited Victorian home right here. So the first family that we are going to meet is the Eclectic Arts household. The Eclectic Arts household consists of 3 friends who have decided to cut ties with the modern world in order to explore their inner creativity. They received a large sum of money from their parents and are using it to explore their creative dreams in a less hectic town. So this definitely gives me off the grid vibes, which I know that was one of the options when we did the community stuff pack. So it's nice to see that they're kind of bringing that into this world. This is the Roswell family. The Roswells are the oldest residents in Strangerville. Ted Roswell has since become the mayor and has been aggressively pushing to get Strangerville to be more technologically advanced. He has made some shady deals, but his crowning achievement has been the construction of the Crater Base and Secret Lab. Ted's wife Meredith has been noticing Ted acting very strange at night. It might have something to do with his frequent visits to the Secret Lab to try and cover up things. So Mr. Roswell is doing some shady deals up here from his home, and I think it would be interesting to see if maybe he has a secret lab in his home, because there are so many objects that can be used from this pack to create sort of a secret laboratory. Down here we've got the Strangerville Plaza. Strangerville Plaza is where the locals like to hang out. You can find scientists at the library, military personnel at the bar, and the Curio shop near the trailer park. You can buy some strange odds and ends here and you will find the information you need. So this is the Curio shop right here, and down here near the plaza we have got the Cahill family, and you can see that this is a plane crash site. I'm not going to take you into this lot because there are some cool things for you guys to discover on your own, but it is beautiful. You'll see a little bit of it when I take you into the plaza, but I don't want to do a deep dive because I want you guys to discover it on your own. George Cahill was a retired pilot who enjoyed taking his beloved plane Penelope for long flights across the world. After passing over Strangerville, there was a large flash of light causing his plane to short circuit and crash. George has since set up camp in the cargo bay of Old Penelope and has lived on the outskirts of Strangerville ever since. Although he has grown skeptical of the residents of Strangerville, he means no harm and mostly keeps to himself. And then over here we have got the Sigworth family. The Sigworth family is rather new in town. Just the mom had to transfer to the Strangerville National Base. After spending a few days on the base, Dylan has started to notice something is a bit off about his wife. Although Dylan is doing all he can to reassure their daughter that everything is okay, Christy is starting to catch on, and it is only a matter of time until she realizes what is going on. So I really love that there is a mystery surrounding this entire world, and another great thing about the mystery and about Strangerville is that it stays in Strangerville. So whatever is infecting the residents of Strangerville will not spill over into the other worlds within The Sims 4. And then also on the Strangerville Plaza, we have got 2 commercial lots. So this is 8 Bells Bar. 8 Bells is the hottest bar in Strangerville. Though they have little competition, the locals swear by the drinks. Located just near the Strangerville National Base, you can always find military personnel winding down after a hard day's work. The staff is friendly and are always looking to tell stories of Strangerville. And then we've got the Strangerville Information Center, which is classed as a library. The Strangerville Information Center is a great place to hang out and study. We have a massive Strangerville archive where anyone can browse till their heart is content. The archives contain information about all the weird and unusual phenomena that has happened in our lovely little town. You can always find local scientists here trying to brush up on research. And then we've got another empty lot here, and then this is the trailer park. Again, this is where the Curio shop is, and I've been told this is where you can get those strainer hats that can maybe protect you from whatever is infecting this world. And then up here, all by itself, we have got this secret lab, and I really like this little detail about how it is classified. We've got the blank lab, so we don't know what it means, but maybe once the mystery is unsolved, maybe that will be revealed to us. So the secret lab. The residents of Strangerville say that this mysterious lab holds some deep, dark secrets. Though there are many rumors, no one has ever set foot in the secret lab since the explosion. The military seems to be keeping a close watch to ensure nothing goes in or out. Although security is tight around the lab, the locals say there is a small crack in the back of the fence that someone might be able to slip through undetected. So let's visit Shady Acres and take a look at how the wealthy live. This is the view from one of the empty lots that we get with Strangerville, and it overlooks the road. I'm assuming that's the road coming in or out of the world, but look, it just overlooks this canyon. You can see the rock formations in the back. The only thing that I'm a little unsure of is what that white bit is in the background. I don't know if that's the edge of this world, but it looks a little bit unfinished to me. I don't know if that's supposed to portray more rockery in the background, but I think it would have been nice if it was more like this over here, because that just looks like cartoon clouds to me, and it looks a little bit unfinished. But other than that, if we just pan around and we look at all of the stunning detail in the background, I'm really happy with that. The rock formations aren't all the same, and you've got a lot of variety going on here. Right here we've got that flora, which is a new plant, and I'm assuming that has something to do with the mystery. There aren't going to be any spoilers in this world overview. This archway is the entrance to Shady Acres, and in the background you can see a security post. I'm assuming to keep people that aren't wealthy out, or also to keep the people that are infected out. So I wonder if the people of Shady Acres are free from infection. But there in the background up there is one of the empty homes that we get, and it looks beautiful. From this angle here, we can see the 2 occupied homes. We've got the Roswells living here, and then also the Eclectic Arts household. And then again in the background, we've got that empty lot. What I really like about these homes is the architecture, and they look like very old Victorian homes, and definitely homes that you would find in wealthy older neighborhoods. So I really like the style that the team was going for when they built these homes, and they're just really gorgeous to look at. I know I keep saying that, but I think the team has done really well when it comes to the detail. I mean, look at all the rock formations, and they've used the terrain tool. I've just noticed that. So the terrain tool has been used up here, which means that the surrounding areas aren't flat, and I can really appreciate that, because I think it was a little difficult for them to introduce the terrain tool so late, especially when we had so many worlds previously without the terrain tool. And so we're not dealing with flat surrounding areas anymore, and I think that is a great touch that they actually use the terrain tool in this brand new world. This right here is the other empty lot that we get with this world up in Shady Acres, and it faces all of this rockery. And I can imagine having like a 2-story house and just looking out into the canyon, and it would just be a stunning view to look at. In the top of the screen, you have a better view of the jet. I can imagine that it's going to the secret lab or going to land at the base, maybe bringing in more military personnel. And then at the bottom of the screen right here, we've got Ted Roswell. I have no idea where he's going, but our town mayor is just standing on the edge of the road, probably acting a little bit strange. So this is Shady Acres, where the wealthiest of Sims live in Strangerville. Now let's mosey down off the cliffside to the Strangerville Plaza. Directly in front of us, we have 8 Bells Bar, and looking at the front facade and the surrounding buildings, this is now starting to give me Western vibes. This looks like an old town that you would find in the wild, wild West, and I really appreciate that. This is a different world to Oasis Springs. I know they're both desert worlds, and I was a little skeptical about getting another desert world, but it is so completely different to the one that we have. Now, my biggest pet peeve about this world, and probably a pet peeve about all of the Sims 4 worlds, is that there is a heck of a lot of set dressing. Everything that is not one of the lots that I discussed in the very beginning of this video is set dressing. We can't touch them, and that is such a disappointment to me, because it looks like there is just so much room once you get into this more detailed mode. We just can't touch any of this. So it's a big frustration of mine that we've got these beautiful buildings and we can't build up our own world. And another thing, none of these objects are in build mode. So we're looking at all of these beautiful buildings, but they're just background. And I really dislike that. That is so annoying to me when it comes to brand new worlds. Why put it here if we can't do anything with it? And then there's more teasing going on, because you can see we've got these military trucks, but there's no cars. It makes the world detailed, and I understand that, but it's just a big old tease, and it looks like down here Ted Roswell has been infected. He's got that sideways stagger going on, and I bet if we zoomed in, his eyes would be almost popping out of his skull. So we're not going to press play and see what's going on, because there are no spoilers in this world overview. A lot of what we see in this world is just there for background noise, and I would really love to build my own Wild West world. I can imagine that if we pan over here, you can see the information center, which is the library, and I can just imagine all the shops in the background making up this beautiful town center. There's a general store, there's a feed store for the horses. There are no horses in this pack, but it reminds me of something that you would have seen on the Oregon Trails game, and I appreciate the detail, but honestly, looking and not touching is so upsetting to me. This is a trailer park, and as we're looking at it now, this is the only livable plot within this fenced off area, and then again, the rest of it is just set dressing. I would have really loved and appreciated if we could have multiple lots within this fenced area, and then you could have generations of Sims living here, or you could have different families living here. I know that's not something we've seen in the franchise as of yet, but I would really like to see something like that in the future, and then we don't have to have all of this set dressing, all of this fakery, all of this facade, and we could build up really vibrant communities within a small space, and that is something that I think would be great for the future. But there is, again, so much detail going on. And then right here we have the crash site of George Cahill, which is actually his house. He has made his plane, his beloved Penelope, into a home. I'm not going to take you in there. I'm going to leave that for you guys to discover, but I can confirm that the bits and pieces that you see of the plane, the wing, the front, the back, the tail, I think this is the engine. These are in the build by mode category, so you can build your own crash site. You could build your own home with the plane surrounding it. There's a lot of things that you could do, and this community is so creative that I can't wait to see what happens and what people build with these pieces. I just want to do a quick pan around of Strangerville down here in Strangerville Plaza, because it is really beautiful, but it's so annoying, and I know I keep going on about this, that we can't touch, we can't build on most of what we see, and that is just, that's not okay. I feel like we are so far into this franchise that we should be able to build anywhere that we see. It's kind of like the Lion King. Anywhere that the light touches is ours. So we can see all this, we should be able to touch and build on all of this. Another thing that I want to point out is the detail that we have again in the background. Look at this rundown motel that we're looking at. We've got boarded up windows, we've got broken windows, we've got graffiti on the walls. I want to see more grungy things to come in The Sims 4. I would love to see broken windows so we could build our own abandoned motel, but again, it's all just background noise. And here in front of us we have an old petrol station. It looks like it's a little bit abandoned, but it's another tease because we don't have cars in The Sims 4, but how nice would would it be if we had these objects in the build and buy mode catalog, because then we could build our own petrol stations, we could convert petrol stations into homes. But I really like the detail, but I don't appreciate the teasing going on here. It's nice, it fits the desert world, but come on EA, you're just teasing us at this point. This world is definitely detailed, it is definitely beautiful, but all the set dressing going on, it just makes me shake my head. I mean, we are 5 years into this game, we shouldn't be having this much background, but I'm gonna pan up here and we can see the crater, which this crater reminds me of Sims 2. In the Strangetown crater, there is a UFO, whereas here we have got the secret lab within this crater. Now, I'm going to point out some details that I'm not really happy with. This seems to be the edge of the world, and look at this whiteness that's going on in the background. Are those meant to be rocks? Are they meant to be clouds? I don't know, but it looks really unfinished. It looks a little bit sloppy, and you can see the road into the crater. Probably if we went closer, that might be the entrance to the secret lab, but that road looks really unfinished to me, and it's little details like that that I pick up on because I'm a details person. I'm all about the details, and that's why I keep banging on about the same exact things. But things like this are frustrating to me. As beautiful as it is, it kind of distracts from the beauty of the world when you see things that look a little bit unfinished. The final thing that I want to touch on in Strangerville Plaza is the Curio shop. So you can see that we've got the merchant. He's got that strainer hat on. Hopefully that will protect him from whatever is going on in this world. And I really love this little roadside shop. They've got books on the world. We've got Mr. Gnome, who is stuck in this cage. I wonder what Mr. Gnome did. Maybe that's saving him from the infection. And then we've got gas masks. If I saw this as a tourist coming into the world, I would probably turn around and go straight back. But this little curio shop gives me Area 51 vibes. So you've kind of got this mixture of Area 51, Wild Wild West. It definitely gives me Strangetown vibes. There is a lot going on, but I think the team has melded the theme together very, very well. And I, for one, am really excited to figure out what is happening. Why are the residents of Strangerville acting the way that they are, all crazy like with their bug eyes and staggering around? I want to know what's going on, and I really want to find out who the mother is, and maybe this merchant here has the first answer to the mystery. But I know that when I eventually do get around to playing, the first place I'm going to stop is the curio shop, and I'm getting myself one of those strainer hats. Now, the final portion of Strangerville is the secret lab. I'm actually not going to take you guys into the crater because I want you to be able to discover it on your own and check out what is happening. What are the scientists working on? What is the military personnel working on? But I can tell you, like I did when I was in detailed mode, that this definitely gives me Strangetown vibes from The Sims 2. I'll pop a screenshot up on the screen right now so you guys can compare the two craters. One has a UFO. This obviously has this secret lab in it, and I'm excited to find out what is going on in Strangerville. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this world. It is beautiful, it is detailed. There's just a few things that bother me. One, that there is so much set dressing going on. If I can see it, I want to touch it, I want to be able to build on it. Two, the fact that the world plants, we don't have access to those world plants, and we don't have access to the broken windows that are in the motel. We don't have access to the objects that we saw at the petrol station. Those are probably my biggest upsets about this world. And then sort of the unfinished details when you're in tab mode way out by the crater. I didn't know if those were clouds, if they were rocks that were unfinished, but it just looked a little bit sloppy. But when you go into Strangerville Plaza, the world is beautiful. It's another gorgeous desert world, and it's different to the other desert world that we have already in the game, so I do appreciate that. And I do appreciate the details that we see, from the cracks in the roads to the different rock formations. And one of my favorite things about the world, about Build By, is the fact that George Cahill's plane crash isn't unique to him. We actually have access to these bits of the plane, and we can build our own buildings. So as a builder, that is super duper exciting to me. But I want to know what you guys think about the world. What are you most looking forward to getting your hands on? What are you guys going to build as soon as you get your hands on this world? I want to know all down below. What do you think of it? What do you think of the detail? How do you feel about it? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to do all those cool interweb things, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you've got that bell ding dong so you can be notified whenever I do upload. But for now, I'm gonna skedaddle. Don't be a plum stranger now, guys. Bye!